That's me. Just to prove I'm not a robot, I wanted to show a picture of me as a human being. I worked at Vizeum now 3 years, and I've been head of innovation for the last 8 months. And it is by far and away the best job title in the agency, although I am a little bit biased. But when I say I'm head of innovation and people go, what do you do? It's actually quite difficult to sum that up in one sentence, because I do an awful lot of different things. And I think innovation can mean a lot of different things. And I wanted to talk a little bit today about what innovation really is and what it means for media agencies like Vizeum and what it means for our media partners and our clients. Because I think it's really, really important to be clear on what we're talking about when we talk about innovation. Innovation is different because innovation happens when firms figure out how to use the inventions, craft these inventions into constructive changes in their business models. But it doesn't matter what, in sort of all the different definitions you look at, there are 3 core things at the heart of innovation. I just wanted to set these out before I go into all the exciting case studies. So the first thing is at the core of innovation is new, shiny stuff. So something has to be new to be innovative, but it isn't necessarily a product. But it's all very well talking about that new thing. It's a very different thing making it happen. So the second element of innovation is putting it into practice, actually making it happen. But the third and possibly the most important thing about innovation is it's got to add value. So when we're talking about innovation, it's not just new and sparkly and shiny for the sake of it. It's got to make a positive difference to your business. So you might have heard about 70-20-10 in other sort of environments. So Google use it to talk about how they develop new products and services. It's used a lot in training and learning, and it's something we're applying to our clients' investment. So we talk about 70% of our clients' investment going into the proven media channels. So those are the environments that we know deliver returns time and again. The econometricians tell us that it's working and it's driving sales. But we're now saying that actually 20% goes into exploring areas that are sort of new behaviours within those proven channels. And the last thing, 10% of the remaining budget is very much the brand new test and learn, trying something you haven't done before to see the business results. And this is something that my team is really kind of driving across the agency. The innovation team at Vizeum is all about this 10 and this 20 and making sure that we're bringing exciting opportunities, whether that's with existing media partners like a Clear Channel, like an Unruly, or actually with brand new startups.
I can't blind you with science about engagement. But what I can tell you from a journalist's perspective is why we think that social media is just a disaster for big companies. This little one here from Kenneth Cole, the shoe manufacturer, illustrates why thousands of journalists are waiting for you to screw up. Is that it isn't just vultures like me, but it's the public who want you as well. And to understand the psychology of the internet and why people are so mean on the internet, we'll come back to that shortly, but basically your customers are waiting for you to screw up too. And by the way, of course, so is everybody that you're selling against. So some people will actually pay just to moan at you on the internet. And most of them don't pay. They do it out of malice, spite, and boredom. The fact that you can't predict or keep up with what's happening in the news. So all of these fancy tools that you think are going to help you to increase engagement and enable your tweets to be published at a time when the greatest number of people are going to be paying attention, they're going to get you into a lot of trouble sooner or later. Because basically you care too much. You care too much what people think. You're too worried about your brand integrity. And the fact is your customers don't care about you because people are assholes. And they don't want to be friends with you. They don't want to be friends on Facebook. They don't want to follow you on Twitter. They do it because they think they might get something for free. You know who he is. You know what brand he represents. This guy's the best example of an enormous marketing myth that I can think of. Does anybody know? I've got a figure that I know for sure, but it may even be higher. Does anybody know how much Old Spice has spent on this so far? This is the greatest social media hoax of the internet era. It is a very high production value, very professional. I mean, most of you will know this. Very professional campaign that cost $20 million, and yet everybody says that it's a brilliant example of the success of social media. Viral marketing, if that's what you're trying to do on the internet, is a myth. It's a hoax. Don't buy the snake oil. Some of the things that are just a disaster, and I don't understand why anybody does it, because all it does is make horrible people like me write awful stories about you, are trying to do crisis management, trying to do PR, trying to market, trying to sell things. Nobody buys anything off social media. Engaging with customers. Why? Brand awareness. I don't even know what that means. That's pretty much how I feel about it. I don't know what the worst could happen. Well, what's the worst that could happen? Spend a year off Twitter and Facebook, see what happens. One thing I can guarantee you is that you won't be embroiled in scandals about your brand. One thing I can guarantee you is that your brand approval ratings will go up. One thing I can guarantee you is that boneheaded social media campaigns won't result in you losing market share like they did for Pepsi. And what's the downside? That's it. Thanks.